What's going on, guys? T-Mart here, and today we are going to be talking about Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, and more specifically, what we learned from E3 this past week. Now, we didn't really get a lot. Like, a lot of the stuff that they showed, especially at, like, the booth and stuff, was the same single-player trailer that we had seen before with a few new clips mixed in that really didn't give away much, and, you know, there were a few interviews that gave us some stuff, but, you know, for the most part, we didn't get any huge updates. We heard nothing about multiplayer. We got a few single-player things that are actually pretty cool and pretty exciting. I wanted to share them with you guys. So, first of all, in terms of the storyline, we learned a little bit more about, you know, what's going on. So as we know, the main character is going to be Private Mitchell, but what we didn't know is the entire, like, storyline is based around him, and it follows him for like 8 to 10 years. Like, he starts off in that first mission that we saw in the trailer. You know, it's got the guys up in the pod, they shoot down to Seoul, South Korea, and they're, you know, fighting on the streets, things like that. That's like the first mission. That's when he's really young, he's super green, he's like this new Marine, you know, on the block trying to get things figured out. And then it follows him like 8 to 10 years down the line until he kind of becomes a veteran. So I thought that was kind of cool. You know, a lot of Call of Duty campaigns, it's been more focused around, you know, one little altercation or one little battle, you know, throughout, you know, a couple months' time. But this kind of really, you know, expands almost across a lifetime. So you get to see him go from this new Marine to this hardened veteran. And I think that's kind of cool. It's going to be a cool storyline. And I think the story is something they're really working hard to impress us with this year, which is kind of cool. Now, they also said that female soldiers are going to be both in single player and in multiplayer, and there is a very, very big single player, you know, female character in the campaign. So that's cool. You know, if you guys like playing as a female in the multiplayer in Ghost, that was the first game to do it. Sledgehammer is following up. It's going to be in Advanced Warfare as well. And then we also learned about something very, very unique and something very new to the Call of Duty single player, and that's the upgrade system that's going to be in Advanced Warfare. So, if you guys remember last year in Black Ops 2, that was the first game to kind of introduce this customization idea into single player, where you could create your class before you went into each mission, kind of choose what you wanted. You know, it had suggested items, but you could do whatever you wanted, and that was kind of cool. You know, it made the single player kind of go your way. Well, this year, Advanced Warfare is completely changing up the game, and they've got a crazy upgrade system where you can change and upgrade the abilities of your exoskeleton suit after each mission, which is kind of cool. So they said that you earn points based on how well you do in each level. So I'm assuming, you know, how many kills you get, how long it takes you, how many deaths you have, things like that. You earn a certain amount of points, and then at the end of each level, you can spend those points to upgrade your exoskeleton suit. And they said that there's like speed, mobility, agility, reload, etc., etc., etc. I'm sure the kind of invisibility suit is in there somewhere. We saw them go invisible in one of the trailers and things like that. So it's kind of cool. And they even said that you probably have to play through the game more than once just to be able to unlock everything in the single player in that regard. So I don't know, I think that's kind of cool. You know, I like more customization in these games. I like that they're really paying attention to the single player this year, and I think that's pretty cool. And it kind of makes me wonder, could we see something like that in multiplayer? You know, are we going to see, you know, kind of another tier added to the created class setup where you're not just customizing your weapon, your equipment, and your perks, but you're also customizing your suit? Like, are there going to be perks, you know, based on the suit? Is it going to be an entirely new thing? How is it going to work? Like, is it going to be something where, you know, it's like perks where you know, get to a certain level or, you know, do whatever and unlock them and you equip them and you're good to go? Or could it be something like, you know, Grand Theft Auto, where if you guys have played, you know, GTA Online, if you drive a lot, your driving ability increases. If you fly a lot, your flying ability increases. Things like that. You know, could we see some sort of RPG aspect? I'm not sure. I think my money would be on it's going to be some sort of like perk-based system. I don't know if those perks are going to be separated from your regular multiplayer perks or what, but it's kind of cool. Like, I expect us to see some sort of way to manipulate what our exoskeleton suit allows us to do, whether it's super strength or super quickness or the ability to do that like little dodge thing where it shoots to the side. And, you know, I don't know. It's kind of exciting. I can't wait to see what they do with it. But yeah, it's something to think about. You know, it's something we may see. Hopefully we hear about multiplayer soon. I feel like single player is starting to get a little bit played out. You know, I feel like we should start to hear about multiplayer here in the next few weeks to a month or something like that. At least I'm hoping. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. What do you think about that, you know, upgrade system in multiplayer for your suit? Do you want to see that added in? Would you rather them stick to the normal, you know, regular Call of Duty that we've been used to? Let me know what you guys think. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Catch you all later. Bunch of great videos coming soon. Check out Leo to his crew. Seen yet? Peace out, guys.